Hey, I'm Megan Taylor and welcome to MTADiaries. Today, I want to talk to you guys about my tips and tricks for your trip to New York City. So I've lived in New York City for a little over 3 years now, which is crazy. New York is a place that I dreamed my entire life of living, so now that it's my reality, it's really crazy. I've had a lot of friends and family take trips to the city and have asked me for my advice on where to stay, what to do, and how to save money here in the city. So I did what any good YouTuber would do, try to make a video out of it. So let's get started. The first question I usually get is, where should I stay in New York City? Let me just tell you, most hotels are gonna be over $300 or more a night, so my suggestion is to go and get an Airbnb instead. Airbnb allows you to stay in actual apartments or brownstones that are in New York City that are owned by New Yorkers. You end up with so much more space, so much more privacy, and you're really living the New York experience by staying in an apartment. Not to mention that you save a lot of money. So if you don't have any friends or family around in the New York area, I would highly suggest to check out Airbnb. The next question I usually get is, how's the best way to get around? Taxi? And my answer to that is no. New Yorkers really don't take taxis. All of us are walking or taking the subway. I highly suggest buying a weekly subway pass instead of just putting some money on a subway card. Currently, it's about $32 for an unlimited subway pass, which means that every 15 minutes you get a swipe into the subway, which means you never have to worry about filling up a subway card when you are on your trip, and you're saving a lot of money because one car ride can definitely be over $30, while you're paying the same amount for unlimited rides for an entire week. It gives you so much freedom, and you just have a peace of mind that that's not another expense that you have to worry about throughout your trip. Another question I get asked a lot is, what should we do in New York City? Because let's face it, everybody thinks about Times Square and the Statue of Liberty, and there is so much more to this beautiful island than that. My suggestion is go to Times Square first. Get it out of your system. Unless if you're going back to Times Square to go see a show, you can cover Times Square your first day or your first night even. Everybody has this picture of Times Square in their head before they ever go see it. And don't get me wrong, I was really excited and wanted to spend all of my time in Times Square when I first visited. However, now that I've been here for so long, I realized that there's so many other things to do that are a lot cheaper and a lot more fun than Times Square. If you're looking for more affordable or even free options of things to do in New York City, I highly suggest looking for free days at museums, zoos, aquariums, and gardens. There's all different types of attractions all over New York City just like these, but sometimes they have one day a week or a certain time of a day that you can get in for free, or it's a pay what you want type of thing. Another little note onto that is, if you are a student, especially in the tri-state area of New York, bring your student ID. There's so many things out here that you can get free or discounted just because you're a student. There's a lot of learning you can do, a lot of Instagram pictures you can take, and a lot of fun that you can have at any of these places. Another great thing to do is look for the piers or the parks in New York City. These are some of my favorite spots to hang out. You'll see in a lot of my videos, I'm often outside at a park or at a pier, and honestly, it's where a lot of New Yorkers go to have some time to themselves. It's always nice to get some fresh air and just enjoy the skyline. And a lot of parks and piers have extra activities that you can do too. And there's street artists and performers and art carts that you can just find sprinkled around the city. Some parks even have free outdoor movies that you can go and camp out and bring some food and just watch one of your favorite movies with all these other New Yorkers for free. The final question that I get asked most often is, how do I get cheap Broadway show tickets? My favorite place to look for cheap tickets is BroadwayForBrokePeople.com. It's a website that shows you everything that's on Broadway and everything that's about to be on Broadway and all of its information. This includes the times that the shows are going on, what days of the week the shows happen, how much you can get tickets for, and information on whether or not they have general rush, standing room only, lotteries that you can win. All of that is on the website. There's also a few other apps that you can look at. There's Broadway Box and Today Tix and the TKTS booth, which has an app, but you actually have to go in person to buy tickets. Or if you feel like spontaneously going to the theater one day, you can always show up to the actual theater of the production you want to see. You can always ask if they have general rush or student rush tickets, which means that if they have any extra seats for that performance that day, they'll sell them at a lower rate to you just to help them sell more tickets for the show and fill the theater. Again, just another reason to bring your student ID if you're a student, because student rush tickets are even cheaper than general rush tickets. And for both student rush and general rush, you can usually get about 2 tickets per person, which is great news if you're traveling with other friends. If you're feeling lucky, you could always put your name in for a lottery for a show, which doesn't guarantee you a ticket to the show. However, if you win, it's great for your wallet. And when you put your name in, you can apply for up to 2 tickets, so you can even take a friend for the same price. So really, you're both winning the lottery. Well, you guys, that's all the tips that I have for today's video. I hope that you use some of these tips on your next trip to New York City. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please subscribe for more adventures. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Press that bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. And in the meantime, if you have any suggestions or questions, please leave them down below in the comments. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Will happen, will happen again and again. 'Cause you and I will always be best friends. That's what. You and I will always be best friends.